Okay, hello again. We are going to move on to language arts. And the first thing I wanted to do is to go over all of the tricky words that we have learned up until now. If you did the work last week, there was 3 new tricky words. So I'm going to go over all of the ones that we have learned in class and then the 3 that they should have learned last week. And if they didn't learn them, then we can go over them right now. Okay, so this is the first one, the. And I'm gonna kind of pause between these so the students have a chance to read the word themselves. And remember, these are words that you cannot sound out. So the part that's underlined is the part of the word that makes it tricky. So you don't hear in the word the. So that's why that part is underlined, because that's the tricky part. Okay, here's the next one. A. You guys remember this one? Of. All. So we don't say all, we say all. Okay, now these next 3 are going to be the new words that you should have learned last week. So if you didn't learn these, here's your chance to see them. Okay, this word is from. And the only part that's underlined is this letter right here. Because you hear f, you hear and you hear But the part that's different is this letter. It doesn't make ah. You hear from. So that makes that word tricky. Here's the next one. Okay, this word is one. Like, I have 1 marker. Okay, it's like the number, but it's written out like this, 1. And then the last one is was. Was. Like, there was, let's see, there was no clouds in the sky today. I just looked out the window and there's no clouds. So there was no clouds today. Okay, so these are all the tricky words you should know. Parents, if you want to write these down, I mean, if you have index cards at home, these are great just to write these words down, to go through and practice them as like flashcards. Or if you just have a piece of paper, you can write all of these words down as well. And again, if you need to pause the video at any time, you can do that. So these are all the tricky words that the kids should know, or you guys, if you're watching, these are all the words that you should know. Okay, the part I'm going to get into right now are double letter consonants. And you guys know what consonants are. They are those letters where when you say them, your mouth is closed and you can drag, or no, you cannot drag the sound on. I'm sorry, excuse me. Okay, so if I had the double letter consonant, okay, so we know that's G. If I had 2 of them, I'm not going to say G. Okay, this just makes one sound, G. So it's like in the word G, egg. Okay, when you say egg, you don't say egg. That's silly. So we just say egg. So anytime you see 2 letters that are the same letter and they're right next to each other, you're going to just make it one sound. Okay, another one is ul. And this is part of one of our tricky words. When we had, actually I will find it. When we had this tricky word, it has the double letter consonant. We don't say all, we just say all. Okay. And that goes for also if you had maybe two M's. You're not going to say mm-mm, it's just mm. All right. Now the next part, and remember, these are called, actually a lot of the sounds we've learned so far, when they're two separate letters, when put together, make one sound, that's a digraph. And we learned that in class. I'm sorry, I have a little bit of a stuffy nose right now. Okay, the next pair of sounds I'm going to put together. Now there was two sounds in the alphabet that made the same exact sound, excuse me, but they are different letters. We had K and K. You remember these? C and K. All right. They're different letters, but they make the exact same sound. Now, if I put these two letters together, I'm not going to say K, K. This just makes one sound. K. Okay. So if I wrote the word R, A, K, R, A, K, rock. Okay. So I don't say R, A, K, K, rock. That's silly. So rock. So remember, if you see these pair of letters together in a word, you're just going to make the one sound. And that's going to be in our next story. You're going to see these letters together. So if you want to go ahead and get your Unit 8 reader, Sam, it's that book that you should have gotten last week. If you don't have it, that's okay. I'm going to put the story right here so you can see it.